Hey, I'm Andrew Lloyd Fry, and today I'm going to be talking about All I Need by Radiohead. The first thing I wanted to talk about, and I think the main thing that I think is interesting about this piece, is the bass line, which sounds like this. And then it just repeats from there. So note-wise, all of that, other than one note, is C major 7, and the note that is not in C major 7 is D, which you could just think of that as one chord with the ninth added. I would think of it more as not that ninth the whole time, but one time that D is thrown in there. So, couple things. A lot of the movement there is falling in between the beats. So instead of like, it's and falling in that space in between the beat. What's super interesting about this is the cycle for this to repeat is 10 beats long. So what that means is when it resets and starts again, it's falling in a new place. And I made a video about weird fishes and arpeggi. There's similar ideas going on there where you have things that are misaligned with the beat or the bar lines. So as the cycles progress, even though what you're doing is exactly the same, the second time it's slightly different because it's in a new place. Now, after 2 cycles, it realigns itself and it's back in the same spot. So that's going to take, 5 measures of that, and then it's resetting back in the same spot. So harmonically, we're essentially having total stagnation, and we're just on essentially a C chord the whole time. Now this brings up an interesting point, because when you make sacrifices in one area of music, it actually gives you freedom in another. So if the chords were changing, the misalignment thing with the bass I don't think that would work. So we're suppressing harmonic movement, but it gives us you could call it rhythmic freedom or ostinato freedom. You could put a lot of different words there. And because the bass line is interesting enough, you don't miss the chords. So that goes on for a while. Later in the song, like the chorus of the song, they take a version of that bass line, but they kind of iron it out. So it's no longer the 10 beats long, and things are happening with the measure. So it's like the same, but it's a little bit more straightforward. Now, the only other thing I wanted to go over on this is the piano comes in towards the end of this piece, and it's on this chord. So we've been in C the whole time, that bass, that's doing C chord stuff. And then this comes in. Now we're still on C. I'm just playing a C chord down here, but on top of it, a D chord. So this is a C with a sharp 11, that F sharp. So this is a Lydian chord. So I've talked a lot in these videos about modal harmony. And this is like we're playing a C chord, but like it's in the key of G. So, which G has that F sharp. Now, if we play the F natural, that just doesn't go very well with the C if you're wanting to stack up these chord tones. And it's because you have the E in the chord, and the C chord, and the F. And that makes that minor ninth. So if you raise it to F sharp, it's still dissonant, but it works a bit more. So, then this chord is rhythmatized. So this feels like pretty strong jazz influence to me, just because the thick chord voicing, and then the rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So that feels like that brings to mind Maiden Voyage. What is that? Like, I can't quite remember the rhythm, but so there's a little bit of movement in the chord, not much. It's essentially that C with the sharp 11 the whole time. But then what the bass note underneath it is changing from C to E to G, which just gives it this slight feeling of harmonic movement, even though it's not moving. It's just staying on C the whole time. So this song is C, the C chord from beginning to end, but you have the bass part which is moving instead of, it would get really boring if it was just like, you know, just pounding it out. But the bass part, it's like broken up, it's rhythmically interesting. And then in the end, it's this really thick chord and it's rhythmatized with the moving bass underneath it.